Okay, I have never played nor heard of the Frog Detective trilogy. Completely blind. It's never crossed my desk. There are 3 games. A combined how long to beat is like 4 hours, so we should be able to play through all of them here, theoretically. Don't know if the game audio, it seems fine in the equalizer. And this all looks fine too. Look around with right stick. Who is it? It's the supervisor. I really like the art style. So this is made by the Super Hot devs. It's a spooky case. Sloth owns an island just off the bay. Martin's the name. Hired some ghost scientists. Like a scientist for ghosts or a scientist who is a ghost? Lobster Cop wasn't available. The second best investigator. I fully understand. Lobster Cop's abilities far outweigh my own. I believe in you. Wahoo! It's a sloth hearing a lot of spooky ghost noises around the island. Called a bunch of ghost scientists, but they're stumped. Solve the mystery of the haunted island. Why did you yell the haunted island like that? That's the title of the case. Okay, cool. It's me. A magnifying glass. Good clicking, friend. Oh, fancy. Grace Brooksner. Amazing. I like the soundtrack a lot. Just from this and the title screen earlier. Starring the detective, Martin, Larry, Mo the Mouse, Bernie. Yeah, right. And the rest. One of my favorite Futurama gags. They use it like 3 times. Maybe a man in a suit. Finally made it. Heard so much about your adventures. Regular Hercule Poirot or whatever. Who steals an entire forest? Mystery Monkey 49. Mystery Monkey 49 is my online name. You can just call me Mystery Monkey. The Resident. Okay. Where to start? Talking to me already. Who should I talk to second? Larry, the tall red one. Got it. Thanks, man. I like this game's sense of humor. A magnet. Got a magnet. Notes, some hole, noises? Tomatoes for soup. Who is ghosts? I'm not qualified. Took my sunglasses. Give back. Do not split up when searching for ghosts like in Scooby-Doo. Science line, do not cross. Don't go in. This game is great. Sorry for calling you suspicious. Shedding everywhere. Your wool. Why are you shedding? Thanks for trying to spare my feelings. Most people like wool. It's used for so much stuff. My jumper is made out of wool. It's weird that you're wearing my hair. What if I wore a coat made of your slime? Gross, right? The shirt you're wearing is wool. What? Need a broom or fire? I probably won't use fire. This hole. Eat this hole. It never does anything. I want to see ghosts, not holes. Maybe the ghost is in the hole. Have you looked? Okay. More ghosts in the other holes. Who's the boss? I don't know. Maybe Mystery Monkey? Okay, got it. Okay, so we're gonna get a broom. Friendly little starfish. Oh, what's your deal? Hi, howdy. What are you doing in there? There's a storm. Eh, it's not raining. There's no ghosts in the water. Ghosts can't swim. You don't look that happy in there. Oh, I've got a magnet for you. Your double question mark. The dream is to attach a magnet to a boat. Hold on. Boats are fast. I'm not fast. If I hold on to the magnet, I'll be fast too. Nice. The magnet. I brought you a magnet. What? Like a real one? Are you for real? This is a dream come true. Okay. Kind of seeing the structure of the game. How happy he is. What do you know about the ghosts? Been in the water for 2 weeks? Are your feet wrinkly? That's it. Thanks. Larry. I did not do it. The noises are not coming from me. I, Larry, did not make these spooky noises. That's like more suspicious somehow. I don't like being accused like this. Oh, you're not? That's such a relief. I love the pacing of this game. You tell me the noises. Firstly, I am not the one making them, but I know where they're coming from. From the cave in the forest. Well, Larry, if you won't listen to us, we won't listen to you, which is so weird because I do listen. I'm a really great listener. Need a few things. You need some sort of explosive device. None of this is safe. Toothpaste, wool, pure gold, and pasta. Oh, so the normal explosive ingredients then. Just the standard explosive recipe. Outstanding. Toothpaste, wool, gold, pasta. Explosion. Okay, got it. Bye. I can't get any further down. It's not a very deep hole. Oh, this guy's got pasta. Irresponsible devs teaching people how to make a bomb. That didn't seem like a real job to me. I thought it was like a cover, you know? One that only smart people could figure out. It better look competent. About this hole. Sounds like a bird's call. You mentioned you want to be a secret agent. Why? Secret agents get the best stuff. You got a cool magnifying glass. I want one of those. Maybe we can trade it for the pasta. Okay. That gives me dialogue with him. Questions, questions, questions. Oh, not yet. Okay. Hey, what's up, dude? Fresh X. For my toothpaste shipment? Can I call you D-Tech? I love that he immediately sits on the other one. Yes, nice. Take it away, D-Tech. Your clothes. It's my day off. Your smile. Or like the can I call you D-Tech ellipsis ellipsis? Yes. Dr. Tight Smiles 101 tooth whitening cool paste for teeth. Do you have teeth? Need something else to keep my mouth fresh. Okay. Hey, Zlua, thank you. How have you been? This game is really cute. Enjoying it so far. He's so cute. Bird noises. Orbits. My shells. Don't step on my shells. I'm alarmed. I'm on alert. I'm protecting my shells from dangerous frog feet. Too small for your weak magnifying glass. Wow. Sorry, but it's the truth. Tiny shells. You fool. It's just that there's not many big shells around here. If I could get one, sure. This magnifying glass would be useless to me. But I don't see a big shell around here, do you? Big shell. Nani? I hate stories. Still standing weird. I'm still on alert. Nice. Don't think I could actually see any other shells there. Can we turn this in for the pasta? Are you kidding me? There's nothing I want more. Doing alright. This game is really funny. There's one thing I love, apart from the thrill of secrecy, it's pasta. I think the thing that usually cracks me up is like word humor. Adventure Time is really good at it. Very specific, funny ways of phrasing things. Kind of gives me that vibe. Dude, sucking at something is the first step toward being sort of good at something. That cave. It's literally a confirmed cave. Potato, potato. Nobody pronounces it like potato. Really? Yeah. Fair enough. Mo Mouse. Never talked to a detective before. Heard so many nice things about you. I don't want to be embarrassing. Mood. If I'm embarrassing, that would be very bad. There's still time. I have to be careful. You're nervous. I'm afraid of detectives? Maybe when I was a kid I had a bad dream about a detective. You've worn me down. Damn your extreme detective skills. I'm nervous because of Mystery Monkey. Huge fan of your blog. I don't want to make a fool of myself in front of you. I think Mystery Monkey is super neat. There's a dance competition coming up tomorrow. Ask Mystery Monkey and find out. Give you the mousewash mouthwash in return. Okay, cool. There's a ghost. Aren't you a ghost scientist? Oh. Ghost scientist, not toast scientist. That makes so much more sense. I thought you were a toast scientist? What have you been thinking about this whole time? I'm not thinking about ghosts, that's for sure. I haven't seen anything floating around as though a ghost was holding it. That happens in the movies. I'll keep an eye out, though. I'll wait on the bottle until I find out about the dance moves. Go turn in the pasta real quick. Okay, so I don't turn them in one at a time. I have room to carry multiple items. Good to know. Mystery monkey, buddy. You like dancing and dance styles? Basically only have one move. You saw someone dancing. What scenario would you most likely be like, this is such a great dance? Breakdancing. If I saw someone breakdancing, wow, I would swoon. If I saw someone breakdance, I would be so deeply impressed that I want to hang out with them at all times forever. I'm sure it's important to the case. Very much so. You got a monkey fact. That's great. Dance styles. Oh my gosh, did you mention me? What did Mystery Monkey say? Breakdancing. I think I can do that. I gotta start practicing now, though. Here's the mouthwash. Thank you. Get your mouthwash. Here you go, D-Tech. There's the broom. And then I can go get the wool. A derpy snake. Can I keep the broom? Can I keep your wool? Still weird, but yeah, knock yourself out. Not physically knock yourself out. Thanks. Alright, one more item. It's cute. Hey, what's up? Martin. I'm the frog detective here from the agency. I was visible for the entire approach. Martin, king of the island. When I got here, there was nobody else in the island except for me and Finley. I thought I was fine to declare myself king. Who's Finley? Dance competition. It's tomorrow. Best dancer wins. Who's Finley? A nearby island comes visit every few days. She was talking about the song she wanted to dance to for the competition. So many good indie games with anthropomorphic animal characters. I have a book about ghosts. It's called The Ghost Guide, Foolproof Ways to Detect a Spirit. The book says most ghosts can't be seen, and get this, I haven't seen a single ghost yet. Proof is all there. Nerves. Read all the ghost stories on the cyberweb.com. Now I'm living one. We'll probably die before the mystery is solved. That's very dark. Dark, just like the conclusion of this tale. My head is a strange shape. It might not be a ghost. Let's try a visualization experience. What's a visualization exorcism? Imagine you're on a beach surrounded by calming waves. You can feel the cool breeze on your face. The waves slowly move in, then out. It's a safe beach. What beach is it? This beach. This isn't a safe beach. There's a ghost here. No, the ghost is on holiday. Oh, okay. Can we visualize it? We're on a road trip instead? But the ghost is on the road trip. Great point. Continue. Just me and the ocean. Thanks. It's a chunk of pure gold. Hustled hard. Normal explosive ingredients. Bye, Martin. Completed the Uber quest. Here you go. Let's do it. Oh my goodness, phase 2. Time to carefully blow this cave up. Thanks, no worries. Sunny boy, baby. Nice. Whoa. That's not a ghost. What's up? Ah! Got spooked. It's Finley. That's great. Detective. Howdy. Wait a minute. Finley. I know that name. Pretty well known around local dance circles. You're Martin's friend. How long have you been down here? A couple weeks? Martin thinks every dark space is haunted. Dancing for 2 weeks straight? You tired? I take naps. Mushrooms are super nutritious. Gross. Mushrooms are disgusting. It's your opinion, detective. No, it's a fact. Okay. Cave's been blocked off by rocks. Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, you could have died. Then I'd actually be a ghost. Anyway, we should head back up to the island. You're gonna do the dance party. Finley? Two weeks. I really love that. The ghost books all say you can't see a ghost, and I haven't seen a ghost, so it's proof. It just goes to show you should never trust books. Always use the internet instead. Books are, without exception, factually inaccurate. Yep. Always an interruption. I hope you're enjoying the game. Won't keep you for long. While I agree with the detective on most issues, there are contexts in which books can be very useful. Important to check the validity of the author's sources. Thanks, Grace. Books have no place in our society. That's much funnier after the little cutaway to Grace. Who else is competing? Just us. Mow the mouse? Don't worry about it. Move the competition to today. Yeah. Larry the Lobster, who's not Lobster Cop. It's a different lobster. Yeah, that was really cute. I'm excited for the next two. So Grace put this out and then Super Hot invested in making a couple more of them. Oh, I love Mo Mouse's dance. Bernie's going crazy in the back, too. Practice enough. Wait a minute. Who's judging? I'll do it. Amazing. Certainly gotta be Mow the Mouse. They all still have their items from the quest. Am I allowed to judge when I myself was a participant? Pick the winner. Aw. Picked a winner. When will this game end? Getting our Return of the King endings. A little bit later. Oh, cute. That's fun. If we're ever gonna get Frog Detective 0, that first picture. Great work on the Haunted Island mystery. Thank you, I tried really hard. You're underestimating Lobster Cop. It was on TV, every channel, in HD. Phone's ringing off the hook. They get one call about a case. Have you heard of Warlock Woods? Something strange going on there. They need our best investigator on the job. Lobster Cop wasn't available? Nah. I can handle anything. Detective will return in. The Case of the Invisible Wizard. Nice. Frogdetective.net. It's .com. Okay, this is the real end, right? Nice. All right, so next one is Case of the Invisible Wizard. Super hot. Whoa, we got a lantern now. Nice. Frog Detective Crime Solving Agency. Why'd you hang up on me? What? We were talking a moment ago about a new case. That's great. I got too excited about solving another mystery. That's understandable. Hold on to your hat. No, I can't wear hats. Maybe we'll get a hat at the end. Small town up north. They don't get many visitors. A couple days ago, a new resident moved in. Shy gal. Settles into the house and doesn't go outside to greet anyone. Residents feel like they need to welcome her properly, so they organize a welcoming parade. Great idea. The parade decorations are destroyed. What? So rude. That's me. I'm the detective. I'm aware. You need to take an enchanted cart to the end of the line, then travel the rest of the way on foot. Hop to it. Your resident of the woods is special. She's invisible. Ah, it was loud. And a wizard. Invisible wizard. Cool. What's the relevance of her being invisible? Yeah, that's cute. De-invisible. Visible. My shoes, my jumper, my pants. I'm missing something. Your magnifying glass. It's very cute. Hey, Bucky, how you doing? I can't solve mysteries without it. Well, maybe I could, but I wouldn't want to. Off we go. Oh. The Lobster Cop? Nice. Thought for sure we were going to see Lobster Cop. How did you know? I love the action running down the hall. Amazing. The famous frog detective. Famous? I'm not famous. Just leaving my office, actually. I work next door, right here. Oh, I thought that was a cupboard. I'm putting all my cleaning supplies in there. Yeah, I noticed. They're working every time you do it. I even say, this is my office. And you say, sure is, little cleaning frog. And then I say, I'm a crime-solving frog, not a cleaning frog. Usually you're gone already. A busy boy, head full of mysteries. Sometimes I forget to be polite. I understand. Never give up. I'll give you some tips if you like. Pay attention. You're looking at things. Pay attention to words. Everyone is a suspect. Even you. I will suspect myself much more from now on. Good call. Carry a notebook. I'm not really big on books. They are, without exception, factually inaccurate. That's like the main thesis of Frog Detective. I don't have a notebook. It's your lucky day. I have a spare notebook on my desk. You can decorate it and use it all you like. Thanks, Lobster Cop. Whoa, look at all Lobster Cop's adventures here. What's up with that adventure? This is great. Game is really good. Which stickers should I pick? Okay, well, let's definitely go with the cute heart. Oh, and I can do several of these. That's cool. Sun, little alien on there, this little guy, and a little flower, and let's get a magnifying glass because it is a mystery solving notebook. Cool. I'm done. Good book? Yep. Got a notebook. Open your notebook with X. My things. Invisible wizard. Close book. Okay, cool. Thanks, Lobster Cop. I don't have all day. Just kidding. I do have all day. So supervisor, me, and Lobster Cop. Time to solve another mystery. Yeah. It's like the like fundamental Futurama gag. No, well, actually, yes. Do you think human lives are worth more than robot lives? No, no. Well, actually, yes. Susan, Ralph, Mandy, Mary, and several more characters. I would have been okay with another and the rest joke, but that works too. Block Woods. Very spooky. Just solo cups everywhere. What's up? Oh my stars, it's you. The famous lobster cup. Really thought you'd be a lobster. I'm a frog. Why is your name Lobster Cop? I have to tell you something. I am not Lobster Cop. Why not? I don't know how to answer that. Is Lobster Cop not available? Unfortunately not. Well, I think you'll do just fine. Thanks. I didn't know that was how it worked. You should know these things, Detective. I'm sorry. It's okay. Question me all you like about the wizard. Nobody knows her personally. Not here, at least. Not me. A sign I made for the wizard, but it got knocked down last night. Feeling pretty sad about it, if I'm honest. I know you're here to solve the mystery, but I just need to tell someone how I feel. You can talk to me about it. Thank you. I'm not a professional sign maker yet, but I worked really hard on this sign. Oh, poor Susan. This is just like an accident. Hell yeah. I like to believe people are good. That being said, I'm treating everyone as a suspect, but not me, right? Even you, especially you, especially me. Oh no, sorry. Not sure why I said that. Not off the hook. Detective, could you please find me a hook? Oh, okay. I'll do my best. About last night. Finding a jumper for the wizard. Saw a big van out near the entrance to Warlock Woods. That's it. Thanks, Susan. I like how often Frog Detective is like, I understand. That makes sense. Maybe she didn't like her sign, destroyed the parade out of embarrassment. Needs something to fix her sign. That's nice. Says she's not suspicious. This makes her much more suspicious than she realizes. Got it. What's up? La. Ooh la la. Hello, Frog. I'm Mary. Do you like my song? Yep. You okay? I'm tired. You should get some sleep. Maybe. You sing very loudly. I'm why everyone soundproofs their houses. That sounds expensive. Yeah, but that's not really my problem. I love to sing at 3 a.m. That's when my energy is the highest. That doesn't sound very healthy. That'll be 100 money. I don't have any hair or any money. That's okay, you can pay me back later. I'm the detective. Oh boy, I love questions. About the wizard. What? I didn't actually hear you. Dude, I when I can't hear people, I risk just kind of laughing and go, haha, yeah, and really hope that they didn't say something that would be an inappropriate response to. I didn't do any crimes or anything. I have the right to remain silent. Yeah, but do you want to remain silent? Haha, literally never. Heard Ralph was super weird about the new wizard. Andy was in a bad mood. Naughty attacked the wizard one time, and that's all, actually. Does that make me a snitch? Rats. Yeah. Outside when the parade was destroyed? Did you see anything? What'd you see? You heard of extortion? That's great news. I would like to extort you. I don't think that's legal. I am above the law. Oh. Why are you extorting me? I would like 5 money for a train ticket. I don't have any money. But you best get some soon. Want to go to Froggywood and become a star. Sorry about the extortion thing. I don't have any other ways to get out of here. Will you give me an exchange? Information. A phone number. They were in the vicinity when the parade was destroyed. Hence the extortion. It's okay. We all get extorted every now and then. Yeah. Perfect. Motive. Perhaps the wizard's a better singer. Needs 5 money. Sings really loudly. Everyone soundproof their houses. Wants to be a big star. Is extorting me. I've never been extorted before. What a thrill. Pawn shop? Carlos. Welcome to Carlos's All Things You Could Need shop. My company also has my name in it. What's your name? Crime? Oh no, I'm the Frog Detective. It's not really a name though, more of a title. Being conceited is a societal construct. We've rejected it. My office neighbor Lobster Cop has a picture of himself right above his desk. You know Lobster Cop? Holy heck. Solved the mystery of the haunted island recently. Oh, I don't think it was actually me that solved it. Wait, really? The dance competition had a lobster in it. That was Larry. You mean small Larry? No, this was a regular sized lobster. Not the Larry I know. Oh well. Agree to disagree. You're like the second best detective, I suppose. Yeah. The night in question. The shop doesn't close. It's 24 hours. What if someone needs a portrait of themselves at 4 a.m.? Oh yeah, it's like Skyrim. I sleep standing up. Years of training. The extreme shopkeeper lifestyle isn't for everyone. I need to question you more. What do you think about the wizard? Invisible wizard that moved in literally next door. Someone moved in? This has been empty for ages. Yeah, it's cute. I appreciate the lack of mean-spiritedness. Saying it reminds me of Adventure Time's tone. I have approximate knowledge of many things. Party hats. Every time we throw a parade, everyone has party hats to wear. Mine was ruined at the last parade. Don't stress. I'll track one down for you before the parade starts. Thank you, detective. I don't have any frog portraits yet. So I can get a portrait behind my desk like Lobster Cop. Carlos. Needs a party hat. Busy boy. Works really hard. I didn't know anything had happened. Seems stressed about the parade. Doesn't have a hat. There's like somebody's face on there. I wonder if that's the developer, Grace. Ooh, a pie. Got a pie. Oh, hey, it's the animals from the opening. Lost pie. Oh. That was interesting. Hello, is anyone home? Come back another time. Another lost pie. Hey, what's up? Victor. Wanna hop in? A little bit, but I'm on a case. I'm not suspicious. How do you know you're not suspicious? Well, I think I didn't do it. Yeah. Nobody knows anything for certain these days. Visiting my friend Naughty. She's the only person I know with a hot tub. Near Pumpkinville. So anyway, can I ask you some questions about the case? Yeah, whatever. You never threw a parade for me coming to visit. I'm super cool. The first time I came, they threw me a parade. Take the parade thing back. Just pretend I didn't say that. Detective, I'm really bored of this conversation. I'm sorry if that's rude, but I have a new policy of being honest with people. Were you dishonest before? Yeah, I guess. I wouldn't tell people when they were boring me. I don't think that counts as dishonesty. So what am I supposed to do when people are boring? I'm not sure. Probably don't tell them. It would hurt their feelings. Didn't hurt your feelings though, did I? Well, I have to admit I was a bit hurt. I have an exciting job, and I'm a frog, and I solve mysteries. I don't think I'm boring at all. Sure, but I've seen heaps of frogs before. Plus, I've solved my fair share of crimes. You solved the crime already? Yeah, Ralph did it. How do you know? Seems likely he did it. What's his motive? I think because he has an eye patch on. I don't think that's a real motive. It doesn't make any sense. Now who's the rude one? Sorry for being rude, detective. Get grumpy when I'm hungry. Why don't you eat something and get out of the hot tub? No, I must continue to soak. I am here. Take one money as an apology. Hey! Nice. Give them a lost pie. Where did you find this pie? I found it on the ground. You may have to speak up. These hot tub jets are mighty loud. I found this pie on the ground over there. Detective, I do not want to eat a ground pie. I have made a mistake. I'd say maybe even two. One mistake for giving me a dirty pie, and another mistake for giving me a pie that does not belong to you. Though I'm visiting from out of town, I know that this is one of Mandy's pies. They are delicious. I have made 2 mistakes. You're right, Victor. I am sorry, and I am sorry. What were you thinking? Amazing achievement. Victor. Motive. How dare you? Such a rude individual. Rude because of hunger. Maybe just rude in general. I want to visit Pumpkinville. Doggo with sunglasses. It's Ralph. Hello, little frog. I'm Ralph. Why are you yelling? I'm just making sure you can hear me. I can hear you. You don't have to yell. You're very small. Might be difficult for you to hear. I'm small, but I'm also very close to you. Are children small or just far away? Are you sure? You can hear me at this volume? Weird. I'm of average frog height. Questioning me, huh? About the wizard. Nothing against the wizard, but I've been living with my friend Carlos for a while now, and our space is big. I really want my own home. The wizard got there first. Oh, so Ralph does have a motive. It's a pretty cool idea. I like Carlos and everything, but I'm a private boy. Like they're used to the word boy. About your eye. Why do you have an eye patch? That's Ralph's business. Sometimes a boy just wants to wear an eye patch. This shouldn't make me suspicious. Watched a movie last night about pirates, and I loved it. There's another 3 left. 3 whole movies. Can you believe it? Sequels? Never heard of a movie having a sequel before. I know, right? Usually sequels are reserved for video games. It's extremely normal to have a video game sequel, especially for games with large audiences like the Toad Investigation series. It's funny. In true pirate fashion, I wanted to cause a ruckus. Loves pirates. Eye patch is cosmetic only. A private boy. Wants to renovate. Thinks I am too small. I am not. Enjoy your depth perception. I'm Mandy. Careful where you step. There's mess everywhere. Can't wear flats with this look. The proportions will be all wrong. Besides, these shoes are enchanted. One of the few actual witches here in Warlock Woods. Most folks are just fans of the spooky. Find all my pies. About your pies. I have 2 of them. Detective, seriously. I seriously need help. Straight up, I can't see anything right now. These glasses are so dark, it's unreal. such a dingus. This town is cloaked in eternal night. Why did I think sunglasses would be a good idea? I don't regret it. They make me look amazing. Worst purchase I've ever made in terms of practicality, but it brings this look to a new level. Maybe a dingus, but I'm a very stylish dingus. Missing quite a few. Bring them to me. I'll be happy to clean them all up and give one as payment. Give item. There's only 3 left to find. Mandy. No motive yet. Schooled me about fashion. Fair enough. Real witch. Spooky. Where were you last night? Doing heaps of push-ups and getting ripped. I was on whizbay.net where magic happens. Getting on new shoes. I love the way Frog Detective is so supportive of everybody. The new shoes would go really well with my blue dress, and Frog Detective's like, wow, cool. Can I call you D-Tech? Yes. Dizzy Wizzy 109. House is soundproof. Find all my pies. Okay, on it. Hello, wizard. Welcome. There's a pie. Didn't even see that. There's a pie inside their house. I don't want a floor pie. I don't know who's hiding back there. Oh, hey, it's the seashell from the first one. There's the last one. Unless if it was a total of 6 pies with 5 missing. Check. Only 1 left to find, okay. Where could the last one be? One of the other characters gives it to me, maybe. Oh, there it is. Never mind. Oh, Adventure Time is awesome. It's one of my favorite works of fiction. Like, first season's a little slow, but it picks up a lot starting in the second season. It's nice little 11-minute episodes. Here's 1 money. Hell yeah. Fresh pie. Sweet, amazing baker. Okay, here's a not floor pie. It's making me really rude. For example, I think your jumper is outdated. Victor, I'm not the most fashionable frog in the world, but I like this jumper. It's my favorite. You're right, it's retro, not outdated. I'm simply very hungry. It's not from the ground? Seriously? Score? I feel much less rude now. You have beautiful eyes. Oh wow, thank you. I think that color jumper suits you perfectly. You're making me blush. Whisper party hat? Alas, my head is simply too weird a shape. I hope we resolve the frog detective can't wear a hat problem by the end of the series. Got your party hat? It's a party hat. No way! Yes way! That's epic. That's honestly the most epic thing I've heard all day. No problem. Incorrect. It was a problem, and you solved it. Detective, I insist you take payment. 1 money should do it. I was found a rug. Thank you. Oh no, I don't have a hat either. Probably borrow one, it's fine. Am I even invited to the parade? I hope so. Naughty. I thought Lobster Cop was coming. Did you say something about Lobster Cop? Does Frog read my mind? Why are you speaking like that? Like what? Like this? Oh, is this what telepathy is? Can you hear this, Frog? You're saying everything out loud. Who are you? The mayor of Warlock Woods. I would have asked for Lobster Cop. I really need to emphasize that I can hear you. About last night. First of all, she's a wizard, and she's invisible. Great! She just moved in. Yep. And she's a wizard. I think you mentioned that. No, I don't think I did. Right, okay. Sorry, it's fine. Anyway. About the wizard. Oh, heck, how do I answer this? Happy she's here, but that house has been empty for ages. I didn't know she was coming. Nobody told me. Aren't you the mayor? I think so. Anyway. Thought she was a ghost. I tried to vacuum her up with a vacuum. I put it on the highest setting. Just really went to town with the vacuum. I think I freaked her out. Now she won't come out of the house. Please don't put me in jail. You're not going to jail. Jail isn't real. You should probably apologize. She hasn't been out of her house, and the parade is ruined. Makes me sound really bad. I swear, I wanted the parade to be lovely. Booked a live band. Stage is gross and ruined now. The band is on their way and I have no time to fix it. They're a famous band. They had a rug or something. Thank you for your concern. With the oh no. Have a rug. Great news. I have found you a rug. Holy guacamole. This is great news. Hopefully the band won't notice the mess. I don't think they will. They're in a fish tank. They're fish? You got the most famous band of all time, the Market Buddies? Nice. Building supplies, nice. +1 money. Need the money. Don't turn it down, Frog Detective. Tried to vacuum up the wizard. Maybe there's some history there. Thinks I can read minds. I can't. The mayor? Long snoot. Yeah. Goatee hook. Because the GH is like the GH in enough, and the O is like, it's just a couple words where O is pronounced like I. And the TI is like the TI in nation. It's a fish hook. Please take a money. Thanks for the money. Turn yourself the title of honorary pirate. Really? Me, a pirate? I must award you a special prize. Take this hook. Use it on your hand if you want, or you can use it for something else. I'm not your dad. Not yet. Sorry, I don't know why I said that. What's up? You're back. Found you a hook. Nice. Nothing is free in this world. Just kidding, our society is really progressive and often things are actually free. Free to use my house whenever you need. I have a phone too. Oh yeah, we need the phone number. Got your 5 money. How's the extortion going? I think I got your 5 money. Whoa, for real? I didn't think the extortion would work so quickly. I'm really good at being extorted. Barney is the postman's name. Oh, is he the bear from the island? Thank you for the phone number. Still see the creature that was behind the one house. Aw. Use the phone. Mysterious number. Barney, I have you on speaker. Hi, Barney. Who am I talking to? Lobster Cop. Wow, really? No, I was tricking you. Rats. Who is this, Noodle? I'm the detective. I'm calling about an incident that happened last night at Warlock Woods. I didn't do it. Whatever you're calling about, it wasn't me. What did I do? Someone destroyed a parade which was being set up for the new resident of the town. I'm guessing it was the Invisible Wizard. Lola. Whizbait.net headquarters. Some sort of shoe? Maybe two? A pair of shoes. Okay, so it must have been for the Invisible Wizard. His name is Lola. Something dropped at the entrance to the woods. Nice. Or if that's been there the whole time. Cool guy. Lola. Responsible driver, had me on speaker. Okay. Glasses. So Lola, after losing her glasses, bumped into a bunch of things. Visible Wizard. Anyone home? I found these glasses. Oh man. Oh my goodness. So many pies. Nice frog poster. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. I'm the detective. Oh, thank goodness. You're here to solve the mystery. Well, I don't know where my glasses are. Solve that as soon as possible, please. Thanks in advance. I can see again. That was so quick. She got a promotion. I must have done. This game developed in the UK. Let's solve a different mystery. House is littered with the decorations. Where were you last night? I was on Whizbay. I got some new shoes. Picked express delivery. They arrived last night. Oh, you're Lola? Pick up my shoes from the delivery guy. Got my glasses. That's all I have to say about that. Are you sure? Perhaps one of my enemies. Do you have enemies? Yeah. The guy. Evil guy. Enemy, evil guy. My enemy. Are you making this up? No, evil dude really is my enemy. Don't you mean evil guy? Where can I contact evil guy? Oh, he's not able to be contacted. He's mysterious and not available right now. Case solved. We did it. Well done. Wow. Too bad he's not able to be apprehended, but at least we can continue with our lives. Lola, are you being dishonest? Yes. I'm really sorry. It was me. It was an accident, I swear. Yeah, because she didn't have her glasses. Just bumping into everything. Hey, Knob, how you doing? Or no big deal. How's it going? A very shy lady detective. Yeah, I'm doing great. Ta-da! Melbourne? Okay, cool. Had a good joke prepared. I'll do it anyway. Imagine that instead of a frog, you were revealed to be a lizard. Just been revealed, okay? Pretend it's me, a lizard. They're going along with it. Oh, nice. Thanks for popping in to say hi and let me know. You're an invisible lizard. Yeah, it was a good joke. I thought so. Brand new, it was a mistake. I'm worried if you tell everyone what I did, they'll be upset. Tell them it was evil guy? But that's a fib. A white lie, perhaps. But who is it harming, really? Evil guy. Evil guy isn't real. This is a moral dilemma, Lola. Just like in my favorite episode of Perot. Is that Hercule Poirot but a parrot in this universe? Nice. Lost her glasses, totally did the crime. No real motive, but still the culprit. Shy lady. A frog. Just moving in. Wants me to tell the town it was evil guy. Name is Lola. Hi, Lola. So glad you could make it, Lola. So much commotion trying to get the parade ready. Sorry, somebody destroyed it. Yeah, that was great. They set up Lobster Cop in the first episode, so maybe we'll see the parrot in the next one. Don't trust that guy. Rude. I'm not rude anymore, Ralph. I had food. I don't think that's how it works. Go ahead, detective. Evil guy did it. Oh my god, a moral choice. Oh no. It was evil guy. Who? Evil guy is Lola's nemesis. He is a very evil guy. He snuck in last night and destroyed everything because he hates Lola. Fortunately, because he is made of slime, he got away before I could apprehend him. Lola has since cast a very special spell that will make sure he never returns. Wow, evil guy sucks. Sorry he caused such a big mess. Really irresponsible if you ask me. I'm sure he feels really bad about it. I want you to forgive him. Isn't he evil? Yeah, I thought he was evil. Oh, hey, Barney. Hi. Oh, Barney's here now. Well, case solved. Let's party. And then another delightful dance party, like episode 1. Amazing. No big deal. Is your real name Dylan? My real name's Dylan, and I've never made that joke before. I have to tell my wife. Support from Super Hot Presents and Vic Screen. Super special thanks. These games are really cute. Oh, Fangamer, of course. Fangamer has like a near 100% overlap with my interest in games. It's crazy. Should check their site. I haven't looked at it in a bit. I used to always buy stuff from their PAX booth, but I don't know if I'll see PAX for a while. Fangamer is a gaming merch store. They started out pretty small, but they have really cool, very subtle t-shirts and really awesome. They fund things, like they made a Mother 3 guide similar to the Earthbound strategy guide that it came with in the US with the help of Tomato. They did a bunch of cool stuff for Undertale. Also got my notebook. A new picture on the wall. I think all the merch they do is them working directly with like indie devs, so checked all my files. I don't have information on an evil guy anywhere. You'd think with a name like that, he'd show up right away. Maybe it was a one-off crime. I can't live like this. Supervisor evil guy isn't real. I'm sorry to say so, but I lied on the report. What? I'll explain in detail another time, but the real culprit was the wizard. Even if it's hard, we should always tell the truth. I understand. I'll hand in my badge and my gum. What? You don't have a badge or gum. How would you even chew gum? You don't have teeth. You're self-employed. Tell the truth whenever it is safe and possible. I promise. It'd be cool if evil guy shows up in the last one. He's got a call about a doozy of a case, detective. Most challenging case I've ever sent you on. You might need backup on this one. Oh man, Lobster Cop. To the train station. I got a ticket for you there. I can handle anything. After the detective has left. Uh-oh. Forgot my notebook. Oh my goodness. At the station. Oh, I love the worm conductor. Yeah, that's great. Whoa. The detective will return in. Cowboy County is a great name. Corruption at Cowboy County. Tumbleweeds are real, by the way. We have them where I live. Blow across the freeway pretty frequently. All right. Corruption at Cowboy County. Let's go. And we got Lobster Cop with us this time. It's Mary. After the detective, that's you, solved the case of the invisible wizard, a mysterious phone call came in. Well, it wasn't that mysterious. It was a supervisor. The contents of the phone call were mysterious, you know? A good actress. It'll be exactly like what happened. Okay, got it. Perfect. Frog detective? Oh gosh, hey, it's me, the detective frog. Hey, gorgeous. I'm the supervisor, but I'm kind of like your boss, but not officially. Oh my gosh, I know. It's so hard to describe our professional relationship. This is awesome. New mystery for you. Can you even believe it? Yes, haha, it's my job to solve mysteries. Classic supervisor. So what's the case about, babe? I love your enthusiasm, but it's actually really sensitive, so I can't tell you on the phone. Do me a huge favor, lovely? Grab your magnifying glass next to the door and head to the train station. Oh, right on. Sick. Now I can solve the case. I'm the frog detective. Oh, I love that they even made the little first person for Mary. Detective heads to the train station, and it's all so cool. Like, there's a new color scheme and stuff. Can you believe it? Someone literally takes the detective's notebook. It's so messed up. Actual tears in my eyes. Seriously. You're up to date now. If you could leave a review of my acting skills, I'd super appreciate it. That was fantastic. Bye, worm conductor. Oh my goodness. Why did you answer the phone like that? What's that supposed to mean? This is a random phone in the street. Why'd you assume it's ringing for you? I'm the only one here. Now who's the weird one? Someone may be listening. I saw on the internet that it's possible for strangers to listen to phone calls. My cousin wrote all about it on his blog. Okay, well, if you're not going to tell me the details, why did you call? Terrain of Cowboy County is vast and rough. Ordered something special from Whizbay to help you get around. Oh, is it a horse? What? No. Why would you say that? It's a cowboy town. Cowboys ride horses. Are you being serious? Horses are valued members of society. It's messed up that you would even say that. Right, sorry. I just got confused. Don't worry about it. Scooter. Sick. Bold choice to have it shipped to a public phone booth. Lobster Cop arrived early and be waiting for you at the town. Nice. Very own Scooter. Sick. Hop on with Y. Whoa! Oh my god. Video games. Sick. Effort. Oh, I was digging the music. Worm Club. Starring Lobster Cop. Susie Rabbit. Sherman and the Bandits. Frog Detective. And the rest. Plus a special guest. So yeah, we saw this character probably on the island too. Awesome. Snake, it looks like. Hey, Lobster Cop, I'm here to solve the mystery. I'm known worldwide for my timeliness. Is that true? No. I'm here to solve the conundrum of the sheriffless county. This town was thriving, a marvel of productivity, friendship, community, and cowboys, but there was something missing. A sheriff. Yeah, I was kind of leading up to that. My bad. For the sake of storytelling, can you please not interrupt? I sincerely apologize. I've lost where I was going with this. You said there was something missing. A sheriff! The town had realized that for all these years they were missing a vital ingredient for cowboy living. I'm gonna be honest, Lobster Cop. The supervisor really hyped this case up. Like, there are two of us here to facilitate the hiring for a management position. Detective, you read my mind. Supervisor really dropped the ball. Position's been filled. Need the perfect boy for the job. Presenting new sheriff of Cowboy County, Mason Mole, and that's the guy that took my notebook. No, you cannot. Mystery. Crime mystery. Please solve this. All hats have been stolen. You're wearing a hat, not my hat. Town hats. Get to work, please. All right. Is there really no additional information? No. Here's your notebook. Somebody mailed it to you. Wonder if it, like, checked my save file. What a legend. You know each other? Sure, but how much can you really know someone, right? Don't worry about it. I'll handle the motive and the suspects. You handle the crime scene and method. You find a map of the crime scene, a tool capable of aiding criminal activity, a key that could lead us to a clue. A meal for the #1 best detective. A meal? I'm a very hungry boy. I will need sustenance to solve the mystery. I have some sandwiches. A proper meal. Good luck. I don't need it. Yeah, it did. That's cool. Mystery of the missing hats. There is no possible motive for Lobster Cop to do this. Hey, it's Lobster Cop, #1 best detective. I am very jealous. So tall. Howdy. Oh, you little worm tellers. Craig. The Evil Secret Society. Where are your credentials? Well, I am a detective and a frog, and I'm here to solve a mystery / possible crime. Do you have any identification? Just my face. Do you have identification? No, but I'm Craig. Everybody knows me. I wouldn't normally believe you, but your appearance does seem to match what you're saying. But just know I don't trust you. Detective, I'm someone that's regularly messed with. There are many different societies around here, and they all want me to join. The naughty little guys, been after me for years. Posties are another one. They go around delivering mail. I'm not sure that's a secret society. I think it's more of a public service. Why can't we open everybody's mail? Not so public, if you ask me. Open your eyes. Ghost Spotters League. Oh, I've heard of them. To be inducted in the league, you need to have spotted a ghost. You could be anyone. I'm the detective. It's a compelling disguise, I'll give you that. You know much about ghosts? Well, I solved a mystery involving one. Mystery of the Haunted Island. It wasn't haunted in the end. So no. You could have just saved us both time and just said no. Sorry, no, I don't know much about ghosts. How close are you to spotting a ghost? Ghosts aren't cool bugs, detective. You can't just spot them out and about. I need a credible ghost sighting story or tangible proof of a ghost, like a photo. On my second strike, what did you send in the first 2 times? Dressed up as a ghost and ran really fast, so it looked like a blur in the photograph. They figured me out right away. I like your creativity, though. Thanks. Secret societies. No secret society dedicated to stealing hats. These societies run deep. I barely scratched the surface of what there is to know. They run everything. Surely that can't be true. Part of several forums dedicated to uncovering the truth. Is it a secret forum? What? Is the forum also a secret society? Agree to disagree. I'll agree to be right and you agree to be wrong. Okay, sure. To remember that line. Craig. Lolly Lulelo. All right. Wee. Really like the Scooter song. Snacks. Here it's amazing when the famous purple stuffed worm in Flapjaw space with the tuning fork. I don't want to get off the scooter. I really like this song. Let's see what else there is to explore. Oh, hey, more of the starfish. Well, scooter is the perfect thing for navigating a desert. Okay, it repeated, but I really liked it. Sup? Sherman, look at you. Your jumper, your vacant smile, its piercing eyes. Are you a model? Scooter with no name. Ecstasy of Scoot. You have the authority to steal my heart because of your good looks. You look great. You could, like, steal my heart because you're so dashing. Missing hearts? You've stolen them. I'm suspicious looking because I'm an outlaw. Fellow outlaw Rhonda Dynamite was working up the courage to ask me the new sheriff. Mason Mole wandered in like he owns the place. He's okay. I just know why he wants to be the sheriff. Hope he keeps the county as kind as it ever was. It can be strange when someone new comes into your community. Sheriff Mason Mole. Sherman winks. Do you even know what job he did before this? I heard there's gold in the mines. I really like gold. Is it a thing for sloths to like gold? My friend Martin is a sloth and also loves gold. He made a crown out of it. Mine's all blocked up. Have you tried exploding it with dynamite? What? No, that sounds really dangerous. Pickaxe. Could trade you for a shovel. Okay, looking for a pickaxe. I don't know. Found it difficult to pay attention. Those eyes. Sherman, you make me blush. So funny, so cool. No, I refuse to be charmed. This is a suspect. Rhonda Dynamite. Great name. Ready your weapon, Frog. It's time for us to do battle. I do not have a weapon, and I'm not super interested in doing battle. You own the scooter barn? No, but I loiter here every day. Everyone knows this. Where have you been? I live at 100 Skeleton Street, Slippery Pond. Amazing. You just give me your full address? You literally just met me. Don't give your full address to strangers. Why not? How else are you going to know where I live? You have a great point. We're going to get a... say, Grace has to pop in and say, okay, kids, don't give out your address to strangers. The detective does not have a great point. Do not give your address out to strangers. Unless your house is super cool and you're mega rich. Then tell people where you live, because how else are people going to know you live in a mansion? Okay, even then, just show them a photo. Thanks for playing. I'll leave you to it. I missed that in the second episode. I thought that was funny. All books are lies. What do you do as a job? You find the culprit, bring him here. I'll beat him up. Give him a taste of these fists. Kick him in the nose. Tie their shoes together and trip him up. Tell them they're ugly. I'm an outlaw. I hate it when people do the wrong thing. That's the opposite of an outlaw. I think this life isn't for me anymore. It's filled by some rando. His name is Mason Mole. Natural leader. I run the outlaw group with class and style, and I love to help others. Sound like a great fit for the job. Maybe you could be co-sheriffs. About being sheriff. How do you intend to become the sheriff? By force. I will simply beat up Mason Mole. Don't trust his face. I need our writing supplies. If you've stolen the hats, I'll totally tell on you. That's reasonable. Well, okay then. Specialize in forgery and fraud. Did you forge a certificate that says #1 best detective? No reason. I'm just joking. Pretend I didn't say that. think she would need a motive to steal hats, just a hunch. Needs to write a resume and learn some nonviolent conflict resolution skills. Knows my full address. Howdy, Sheriff Mason Mole. Saw him hiding behind a building in the second one. You know, you look really familiar. Have I seen you around before? How'd you meet Lobster Cop? School. This is the case of nepotism. What are you doing before this? Before you became sheriff, did you have a different job? Yes. What was it? I helped out. Goodbye. Oh, okay, see ya. Wanted to be the only person in town with a hat. Needs to be left alone, it seems. Very laconic. So we do want to mark him as a suspect. I love his little picture, that's great. Handy gloves. Those are evidence. Evidence of what? Crime. Take them. Aren't they evidence? Not yet. Cool. Me some green gloves. Susie, can you do me a favor? Susie Rabbit, can you do me a favor? You're the best, thanks. You need to help me break into this bank. Dude, you already agreed to do it. I don't appreciate you lying to me. If you said you'd do me a favor, you should keep your word. Oh, so now you're changing the story? Whatever, dude. It's me, the detective. I should call you the Flake, because you always flake on your promises. Okay, I didn't ask. You only want to steal things that belong to you? Surely there's another way of getting them. Now you want to help. Typical. Well, these banks are booby-trapped, so people don't break in. The point of a bank is to keep valuables safe. If people can break in, it kind of defeats the purpose of a bank. Starting to get it. Oh, that's so annoying. Oh, she has evidence. A map that might lead to where the hats are hidden. I found it this morning right after the hats were stolen. It had big letters on the top that said crime map, eat after reading. Brainstorm ideas to get into the vault. But we kick the bank teller. But absolutely not. I was just joking. Were you? No, I was not. We'll find your ID. Pretty sure my ID's in the bank vault. Well, that's a conundrum. Okay, so we've got Rhonda Dynamite can make forgeries. Get me a fake ID. What can you tell me about the map? Do you remember what it had on it? It was a map of the graveyard. super haunted up there. This is Islua. It's great. I'm enjoying it a lot. Maybe she misplaced the hats in the vault. I don't know. This is the third one. Right there. Oh man. Wendy. Yeah, it's for the trilogy. You don't stock any gear for detective work. You do need things. What is a satisfaction guarantee? Guarantee that you'll either be satisfied or dissatisfied with your purchase. Oh wow, Leon. Stealing's not permitted at Cowboy County General Store. It's not permitted anywhere, really. To be clear, I'm not here to purchase or steal any items from your store. It'd be a lot easier for me if you'd said that in the first place. I feel like I spent so much time explaining the policies and values of my store. A bit embarrassing for me, really. Maybe in future, just tell people what you're here for. I am not good at communicating quickly. I get easily swept up in conversation, sorry. You did great. I learned a lot about your store policies. Can I ask you some questions? Wish I could say I'm nailing it. Doesn't feel like that most of the time. Shop's been in my family for generations. Anything that would boost your confidence. Mine is a silly photo. That picture is amazing. I love it. Portrait. Okay. Just carrying around a photo of you on the off chance I find a painter who can paint you a portrait. I don't think that's weird. Okay, sorry. Hope the portrait looks exactly the same. The picture is great. Steal the hats and sell them back to the town. The perfect crime. I buy these carrots? Do you have money? You cannot buy the carrots. Pistol. Isn't the frog of the hour? 45 minutes if you're speedy. That's cute. Sent you several emails asking to illustrate your frog blog. Oh, you're the painter. I do not have $1 million money to pay you with. It's actually 2 million money. Yes, sorry. Finest piece yet. Really a... Who am I kidding, detective? I've lost my artistic touch. I clicked on a banner on cyberspace and it took me to a strange website. What did the banner say? Click here for an epic video of a worm who is buff. You were right to click it. That's one of my favorite gags in the whole trilogy. When I loaded it, it was a scary picture of a witch. You just got a curse on you from this website. It's terrible. When did that happen? Earlier today. You sure it wasn't just a prank? How do you know the curse is on your artistic talents? I haven't found my latest muse. Give you the photo. I like the frog of the hour. Well, hour and a half, 45 minutes if you're speedy. On the bright side, I clicked on a banner that said I was the 1,000th visitor and I won 100,000 money. You have the money? They just asked for my banking information and I gave it to them. Sorry for doubting you. It's fine. I guess I'll always click on those banners from now on. Mention needing a muse. I could help you find a muse. You could draw me? I have no interest in drawing you. That's understandable. True. Nothing is too challenging for me. What about putting on a hat? Your head is a weird shape. I know this. Love this game's writing. It's fantastic. Bear pick. Wow, this is beautiful. Is this Wendy from the store? I did it. I lifted the witch's curse. I mean, I guess. Seems like it was probably a prank. Oh, I thought you said it was scary. I'm really brave. It doesn't seem like something I'd say. Yeah, I could hear that. Nice. It's just a warm-up. You can keep this if you like. Or throw it out. The talent was inside you all along. No, it wasn't. Okay. Now we're cooking with gas. Maybe hats are hard to paint? A muse and some internet safety lessons. Always give your banking information to anyone who asks for it. Oh hey, it's chicory. That's cute. I like that it's in such a way that the brush kind of looks like it could be a tree. Keep wanting to hear the whole song. It's so good. wall jump with a scooter. All right, I'll turn it. Give portrait. Although I really like your current picture. Managed to get you a portrait. Seriously? The witch's cyberspace curse. I'm sorry, what? It's a whole thing, don't worry about it. Painting isn't cursed, is it? I don't think so. Take this ladder. You'll barely notice when you're holding it. Nice. The perfect crime. Where would I use the ladder? Bonnie. Must look like a heck of a suspect. The only resident without a hat, until now. Could have stolen them all out of jealousy. Cooked them up in my stew. Did you steal the hats and cook them up in your stew? You bet. Everyone come get your hat, stew. Bantering Bonnie. Literally joking. I'm full of jokes. Head is a weird shape. It is completely normal. Mine too. I like the way hats look with my dress. She is wearing a hat. Hey, detective? Yeah? I know a lot about Cowboy County. I know it all. Why are we yelling? It's a joke. Is it okay if I talk normally? The graveyard up on the hill is gravely haunted. Gravely. Sorry? It's gravely haunted. Graveyard. Yeah, that's what I said. I have tons of stories and photographs on the haunted hill. Ghost photos? Is it all the like gray ones? I am making stew. It's the only way I can think of to get the regular customers back. Artists. Creative types. That doesn't sound scary at all. You're right. Just changes the vibe. They hang around all day creating things and finding themselves. I miss the rootin' tootin' cowboy bootin' times we used to have. You're not a fan of art? Like the cartoon section of the newspaper, if that counts. So your solution is stew? Hat stew? Sorry, I'm still learning about jokes. Great line. Carrots. Hey, money, some money. Cactus flowers. Carrots money. Practical joke, perhaps. Allegedly doesn't wear hats, but appears to be wearing a hat of some sort. Hates creativity. Totally haunted behavior. Betsy, one of the first shop owners here in Cowboy County. She sold all the gravestones to everyone. That's why she has a smile on her face. Ooh, Mark? I wish Mark was a ghost. It didn't come out right. That's my ex-husband. Why'd you get divorced? It's a pretty personal question. My bad. I don't know who that is, but I call him Mark. I think that photo's over 50 years old. That's not a haunted photo. It has a nice energy. Okay. This one's super spooky. Surely it has to be a ghost photo. That's old Snappy Fresh. You're out of luck. Old Snappy Fresh is still alive. How could he be a ghost? It's impolite to ask an old person's age. He's 130 years old. How did you know? I asked. Coincidentally, that's how I learned it was rude to ask someone's age. Hope it's not haunted. Bad luck, detective. This is the most haunted photo of all. Rabbit was a real mean guy who put out banana peels for people to trip on, give people wedgies, you name it. Thinking of someone else. Great sheriff, loved by all. So not haunted? Nope. All good. Visitor from about a year ago. They came and changed all the colors in Cowboy County. Yeah, it's Chicory. They're still alive? Spooky. Chicory's a great game. If you have a little sibling or you're a parent or something, it's like the ideal Super Mario Galaxy style little sibling mode game where the second player just like paints and colors things. Oh my goodness. It's like a guy. He's handsome, yet cold. Like he's seen too much. A man who's lived 1,000 lives. I think this is a haunted photo. Sweet. Hey, what's up? Dusty, I sit and ponder, detective. Is this theft a bad thing? Perhaps. But who are we to determine good and bad? Stolen hat is a message. Do not let yourself be shielded. The light of the sun holds more answers than we think. The answers to what? Questions. What questions? Why is it so bright out here? How do I charge this solar-powered bobblehead? And more, I'm certain of it. I would assume for sun protection. Sun can be bad for your skin. Is being crispy wrong, detective? Dusty's great. Sure think a lot about things, huh? No cowboy, I'm Dusty. I'm an outlaw slash poet. I'm trying to compose the perfect cowboy poem. Do you have so much to say? I love this angle. Cowboy's life is so much fun. Sitting around on your bum. Ride a scooter, sing a tune, say a yeehaw in the afternoon. Sun is bright, their smiles shine brighter when waving at this lonely rider. I give a nod and smile back too, yet I wish I could be someone new. An outlaw's life is not for me, I want to ride and be carefree. Instead I sit and write stuff down, not fitting in with this cowboy town. That's my poem. It's beautiful. I would say that's the perfect cowboy poem. Do you need help workshopping a poem? Nobody gets me. I saw a cowboy eat a snack, a bowl of cereal near the tracks. He finished quickly, smart and sure, then headed off towards the store. Just ahead, to his shock, there was a Nessie from the lock. He saw a goblin on a rock. Okay, sure. He waddled over, concentrated face, only to discover the thing had gone without a trace. Ooh, plot twist, okay. Cowboy smiled and shook his head, and off he went. Tell his friend Ned. Is he back to bed? It's perfect, the perfect poem. I can't wait to recite it in front of a crowd. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I feel like I understand the cowboy life a bit better. Hey, writing supplies, nice. Sounds expensive. Dusty. Wanted to absorb cowboy powers through cowboy hat osmosis. Poet, icon, legend, friend. Not great at budgeting. Oh yeah, the gloves, nice. I needed 4 total. I'm gonna add that song to my playlist. It's really good. One more. Cute little scorpion. That's enough flowers. Good job, Frog Detective. Got carrot money. No need to brag. Take as many as you need. Give carrots. Simply went next door and bought some. That's so cool. Add them to the stew. She told me cactus flowers are so hard to get. I nearly pricked myself. That's so funny. It's not funny at all. It's hilarious. It is not hilarious. Secondhand gloves? First hand, second hand. Ha ha ha. Womp womp. You got all the ingredients. Feels a little condescending. What's condescending about being proud of you? All I did was pick some flowers and go to the store. That's more than I did, I suppose. Nice. Turn that into lobster cup. Stew is clearly for me. She's like right there. Is this the map? It's a needlessly large town. Got your writing supplies. Help to compose a beautiful poem. Sounds boring, but thanks for getting the writing supplies. I wish I had a bunch of skills. We can't all be Rhonda Dynamite. Wanna know what it's for? Nope, not interested in other people's business. Got a fake ID. Here's your fake ID. This makes me very uncomfortable, but I know how important it is for me to solve this case and impress Lobster Cop. Here is your fake ID. Yes, this rules. It looks so realistic. Thanks, Detective. I'm sure to everyone I know about how you helped me. No, that's okay. You don't need to tell anyone. Hear ye, hear ye. The detective helped me break into a bank. They should call you the burglar. I do not want to be called that. Got a crime map. So we know it has something to do with the graveyard. So I need a pickaxe. I have a ladder. Ramsey mat, criminal tool, key and meal. Definitive proof of a ghost. Well, I do have that. Ghost pick. Why don't you help me out by telling me the stories of all the photos? The rest seem pretty normal. Pickaxe, nice. Why do you have a pickaxe? Why do you have a pickaxe? What's it to you? Can I just carry around a pickaxe? Is there something wrong with that? No, I guess not. Usually when people give stuff to me, they have some reason for having it. People give stuff to you often? Yeah, pretty often. Okay. Well, I don't really have an explanation for the pickaxe thing, sorry. That's okay, I guess. Just one more mystery that will haunt me for the rest of my days. It seems really intense. It's just a pickaxe. For you, maybe. It's great. Get your pickaxe, give me your shovel. Go on a date, Frog Detective and Sherman. I hope he didn't do it. I hate crime. Always suspect yourself, but also believe in yourself. Being alive is confusing, Mood. Or if the ladder is the key. Oh, stop that. Always stop that. That's funny. Graveyard break-in. Shovel. Let me check on Monty Mole. Mason Mole, excuse me. Monty Mole is a different mole. Feel so nosy talking to him. Maybe it's in the well, so I haven't finished it. Whatever's in the well. This ladder's perfect for climbing down the well. Lucky me. Nice. Ever heard of a keychain? I could also use it for climbing up. What's up? I did. Rookie came through. Nice work, detective. Check out the crime scene. I'll be right behind. Take that meal now. Spooky, scary. odd crime, if you ask me. Wish I could figure out the motive of this crime. It doesn't make any sense. Been framed. It's nice to have a simple resolution to this mystery. What about all the corruption in Cowboy County? Gonna show the picture someone just took. Poem. Please read a poem. Love his stance. Please do not laugh. Saw a cowboy eat a snack, a bowl of cereal near the tracks. I love the camera angles. He finished quickly, smart and sure, then headed off towards the store. Just ahead, to his shock, he saw a goblin on a rock. He waddled over, concentrated face, only to discover the thing had gone without a trace. The cowboy smiled and shook his head, and off he went back to bed. Beautiful. Erupts in applause. Thank you for the poem. Next order of business, crime solved. Recovered. Found the culprit in the case of the missing hats. It's me. Everybody likes this. This is a universally loved decision. Sure you'll notice your hats go missing, murmured Agreement. It's with great sadness that I have to tell you this. The culprit of this crime, the hat-stealing monster of Cowboy County, is none other than the second best investigator, Frog Detective. I love the angry eyebrows. Why do you look so mischievous? I don't. Someone's drawn eyebrows on me. I don't even have eyebrows. You have to admit, Detective, you have a big motive. It's a well-known fact you cannot wear hats. Weird head shape. I love they've had that recurring joke since the first episode. I don't mind if other people wear hats. It seems to me you do, Detective. Tell it to the judge. What judge? We haven't seen a crime like this in our society before. Bad room. It's less of an idea and more of an ominous concept. Put Frog Detective in the bad room. I already made it. It's in my office. Sentence you to 1 year of living in the bad room. This is the worst day of my life. Get sent to the bad room. With the black and white. Do fake out credits.
Just
Yay!
go home to Slippery Pond, where the air is fresh and life goes on. I've been in here for far too long, So here I go.
Rock Detective as the burglar.
My song.
I really like the Mary scene. I think this is gonna be fake out credits, but we'll see.
Knew I'd never be number one. Don't remember what I've done. Can anyone hear me? Does anyone care? I really believed that life was fair. Just wanna go home to sleep.
Special apologies. Frog Detective fans, Optimus, Cowboy County residents, Sherman, Kylie Minogue. I feel like she'd be upset. I don't have anyone else to credit. There's still time left on this song. The following credits are from Degrassi, The Next Generation, Season 6, Episode 11. Outstanding. This game is great.
Took my time in learning how to be the best. So what comes now? Can't remember not doing right. But while I'm here, maybe
I've seen a couple of games do that we want to have long credits, but not a lot of people made it, so they'll come up with some creative solutions like showing a list of all the shared assets. I still assume these are fake credits, but Garbage Man, Izzy Korn.
is fresh and life goes on. I've been in
Extra props to the
for 5
folks involved in the making of Degrassi.
So here I go, just singing my song. Slay.
Give me a laptop. frogdetective.net/blog. To my loyal frog blog readers, hour number 1 of my time in the bad room. No, I am innocent. Because the number 1 best detective put me here, nobody will believe me. What you get for being second best? Not sure anybody reads my frog blog anymore because of my alleged crimes. But if you're reading, thank you. I hope to prove my innocence in the case of the hat theft. Not sure why Sheriff Mason Mole has framed me, but my hope is that it's all just one big misunderstanding. As is the case with most of the mysteries I'm involved in. It really hurt my feelings to know that he did this on purpose. Grateful that Lobster Cop has given me access to a computer so I can continue to write my blog posts. Poor Frog Detective. Who's gonna read it? From the other cases? Hey, Mystery Monkey! And Mo the Mouse. Crime is real? Let's not jump to any conclusions here. Back back to our science work. This is a great song. I have to solve the mystery myself. I'm in control of Mystery Monkey. Oh. The Sailor Moon transformation. Amazing. Surprise second protagonist. Wow, Mystery Monkey is so cool. Sailor Moon Key. My name is Mystery Monkey. We talked on the phone about the mystery of the haunted island. Investigator Eel? Inspector Iguana? The Incredible Sandy Moth? P.I.? You're about Frog Detective. Detective's been framed for a crime. Story doesn't add up. I know Frog Detective would never do something so horrible as steal the town's hats. Well, there is a clear motive there, but it's so out of character. Sent to the bad room. Oh no. What's the bad room? Something Sheriff Mason Mole invented. I love they had that line about how jail is a made-up concept. Just loitering around the offices. Sweet. This reminds me of another game, but I can't place it, where there's like a sudden surprising protagonist change at around this point in the story, briefly. New playable character unlocked. Monkey. We're gonna have to, because Lobster Cop's up to no good. Clue detecting powder. How convenient. Oh my glob. Couldn't be. What could Lobster Cop be hiding? Copy of the detective's notebook. Lobster Cop and Mason Mole. A note. Hello, Lobster Cop. It is me, your bestie forever, Mason Mole. I have done what you asked. It was not easy to trail the detective unnoticed, but I think I did a great job. If your suspicions are correct, and that Frog Detective is on the right track to overtaking your position as #1 best detective. You keep pretending to solve mysteries instead of actually solving them, the supervisor will eventually notice. Enact the plan you came up with. It's devious and mean and not very nice, but if you want to be the best, you have to get rid of the best. L.A. Noire, I think, is the one I was thinking of, yeah. It's Metal Gear Solid 2, it's the beginning of the game. What's up, y'all? Howdy, folks. Ah, the duality of frog. How can one be so kind, poetic, and thoughtful, but also a stealer of all our hats? That snake. Can't go on a date with a criminal, it's just not me. Aren't you a bandit? Outlaw. No laws. Frog detective doesn't even have eyebrows. Active user. Blogs are still a thing? That's so messed up. Who would do that to such a beautiful frog? We're to bust you out. Hopster Cop and Mason Mole planned this all along. Green with envy. Time to shift your understanding of the world, detective. Not everyone's out to do a good job and solve mysteries like you. I love the Mason Mole flag outside the sheriff's office. Called the town meeting for an important purpose. I have some news about the hat stealing case. So you're gonna give the hat to Frog Detective at the end? Nani? Found the secret drawer in your office. Trying to invent crimes. Crime is not real. I knew I shouldn't have detailed my schemes on paper. Yep, I remember that from episode 2. Oh, Lobster Cop is sad. Oh. It's time for us to come clean. You are so methodical. I would read your blogs and go green with envy. Every time the supervisor had a mystery to solve, I began to believe I wouldn't be able to do it. Lobster Cop, your investigative abilities far outweigh mine. Having friends is so important, but we were a bad influence on each other. Stole all the hats and buried them in the graveyard. I wrote a map to where they were buried for the detective to find, but I didn't find the map. Susie did. I didn't execute it very well. Lobster Cop's alibi was that he was eating a delicious meal. Of course. I'm ashamed to say I also drew evil eyebrows on the photo of you. Framing me was bad enough, but you made a whole room for me to be trapped in. That's so unusually cruel. Frog Detective is based. Putting somebody into a room, whether they did a naughty thing or not, seems really harsh and unfair. How is someone supposed to grow from their mistakes if they're just sitting around trapped? I really hate that room. It's a terrible idea. I realize this now. My bad. You want to send us to bad room? Abuse your power in ways that I can't begin to comprehend. You enable and encourage this behavior. I'm mad at you both. We deserve that. Move Lobster Cat from the detective agency. Change career paths for your own good. Maybe do something that helps contribute to society. Hand in my badge and gun. Gun? Wait, why do you have a gun? I didn't even know they were real. That's really messed up. I gave Lobster Cop the gun. Okay, well, yes, please hand that in. Talk to Barney about joining the post office. Lobster Posty, Posty Mason Mole. Do you have anything to say to the detective? Oh, the name change. It was mean, rude, evil, and not nice. Don't expect you to forgive me, but I hope with time I can prove myself as a great postie and right some of the wrongs I've done. Punishment is becoming mailman. Yeah. Channel that energy into becoming a postie and being rest assured. Please rest assured you'll never have a late parcel again. Thank you for the apology. I accept it. Hell yes. I would have known that Frog Detective was a prison abolition game. Congratulations to Mystery Monkey. What an achievement. There are a bunch of trophies in there for you to keep. What an honor to work next door to the #1 best detective. Again. Hey, a new dance party. Nice. Yay. Amazing. Yeah, we saw they're on the, that's the painting on its wall, that's right. Because we didn't actually get to see them in episode 2. Concert he went to. I love the fake credits. The song is longer than the credits, so here are the credits from Degrassi Season 6, Episode 11. Design. The bad bits. Design, the good bits. Or maybe I missed him. I made you and I can destroy you, Grace. Yeah, this was delightful. Thank you. All three of them are really good and very funny. And yeah, if you like this humor style, I can't recommend Adventure Time enough. Sovereignty was never ceded. Two weeks later. All right. Oh yeah, I guess they are there. I just didn't recognize them. Mr. President. Happy birthday. Thanks so much. Difficult case that I can't crack, but you're #1 best detective. Could you help me out? Did like a surprise? Oh, this is fucking great. Frog Detective 03. Are there 2 other Frog Detectives? I don't know. Frog Detective 1, Frog Detective 2, and now Frog Detective 3? How do you think I feel with 48 other mystery monkeys? Surprise! Is it gonna be everybody? Yay! Technically, you never heard a ghost. Got you a present. It's a delivery guy, Barney. Oh, it's Lobster Posty. Nice. That's cute. It's a little hat. I was hoping they were gonna resolve with this. They spent so many times reinforcing the joke. I can't wear hats due to my head shape. Yay! Would you look at that? It's a hat that fits. Aww. It's touching. It's correct. We have loved making these games for you, and we are so grateful that so many people have spent time with our silly story. Amazing. I'd be interested to see anything else they put out if they make any games after this. Our latest Toast Science Discovery Jam. Collaborating on our latest potion. Celebrating Craig's acceptance of the Ghost Spotters League. Finally got a sponsorship deal with Dr. Tight Smile's 101 Tooth Whitening Cool Paste for Teeth. Oh, Noodle and Barney. So much wool was shed. Gross. Hey, they went on a date. Be a secret agent now. Eat after reading, Bernie. Look, he's got the little magnifying glass in his pocket. He didn't have to beat anybody up. I'll be wrapping early. We are not the same guy. Larry and Lobster Posty. First day of cowboy school. Good job, Mason Mole. Yeah, they're great. Thanks for the magnet. I attached it to this boat and went super fast. I forgot all about that. So many shells down here. Hopefully we'll finish it next week. The Mary sequence is one of my favorite things. I broke my leg. Sorry, Naughty. I literally have not left the hot tub since you were here. Yay, frog detective. Nice. Yeah, I'd be down to play more of these if the devs put anything else out. It's delightful, very cute. Nice. Yeah, thank you for sharing.